So if anybody wants to start affiliate blogs in 2025, what do you recommend and how one can succeed with making the most profitable SEO?
Sure. So I think it depends on if they're experienced or inexperienced, right? So if they're experienced, then obviously it's all about resourcing. They have to probably do their research to find where that they have a competitive advantage and they can apply that to a new market. So for example, there's a lot of money in a lot of regulated markets. So you might be a successful SEO targeting a very specific country, but you might not be familiar with another country, like say it's Scandinavia or emerging markets like Africa, for example. So you would take your applied systems and apply it to a new fertile market that's a high growth industry. If you're new, say you're an affiliate marketer, but you've never touched before, then you should research and see what suits your existing skill sets and apply it there. So I always say websites, but the biggest opportunity to grow is actually non-websites. So one of our most successful affiliates on Stake is a person called Mr. Banks, for example. He's a Nigerian, I will talk about this in my talk, but he's a Nigerian betting tipster, right? And has over 1 million followers. And he has like 1 million followers, he posts a betting tip, and even when an industry or a particular sporting event has no search volume, he drives search volume to that. So if you take SEO techniques and apply it to like an asset, so whether it be like a social media profile, that's an easy way to get started because the industry is way less mature than websites and comparison websites and stuff like that. So it's less fertile. If you want to go to websites, then a good thing would be like obviously like comparisons in regards to games. So like doing game reviews and those kind of things. But if you're new, you have to really learn and differentiate to stand out. So it's very, very hard if you're new. You have to really know the industry to stand out. The fertile ground for new people is doing social media, streaming, those kind of things, but applying SEO techniques to those industries. Yeah. Like it's actually very, very valuable.
And I guess for any beginner, like we also do a lot of Parasite SEO.
Yep.
For any beginner, I guess Parasite could be a good starting point.
I think it is. Yeah. You don't need to build a big asset.
Yeah.
All you need to know is like websites.
What keywords work in, what websites work
in. What websites do it. It's also very low risk because if you don't succeed, then you can just try again in a different market, different target keyword. You could try a different angle. You could try to go more specific or then sometimes even more broad. Like it depends on
best online casino on TFKB or a bigger website.
Like even if people are new to SEO, Parasite SEO is a very easy way to learn SEO. Like you can just apply your techniques. You're doing SEO on a different website that you don't own, and the only thing that's stopping you is literally money.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing. Like it's the amount you're willing to spend and budget the resource, but you will learn so much by doing Parasite SEO that you don't have to do the foundational SEO stuff where that kind of thing. The other one you can also get started is buying an age domain. So if you're actually very, very sophisticated, like this is why it's hard when someone's new, maybe they're new to iGaming, but they're quite used to doing this kind of the domain acquisition. So if you purchase an age domain, you essentially skip the sandbox, you save like the equivalent of like 50 grand worth of links over a period of a year of pumping up an asset that you already have. And there's been examples, for example, Charles Float shared an example of a website called EliteChrysler.com, which was like a Chrysler dealership in Canada that like they got rid of the websites, but historically it was just about selling Jeeps and vans.
Yeah.
And they turned that into a casino.
Best online casino.
Best online casino targets, and they make a killing.
Yeah.
They rank like top for like some of the best comparison keywords in Canada because they just acquired an age domain. It was an asset of a real business. That asset disappeared, and for very little resourcing other than sniping the domain and building out the comparison websites, they were able to succeed widely until Google catches on and eventually punish that website. But it's right now, it's November 2025. They still haven't destroyed it.
Yeah, and even if they get destroyed, I have been seeing this trend wherein people will just make up a new website, do a canonical, and boom, ranking again.
100%. Or you can do a redirect check. That's why when you're purchasing an aged asset, you have to be careful not to buy a poisoned one. So if something got completely penalized, it may take a year for that to settle. So you might have to like depenalize it first and then pump it up again. But that's the thing where acquiring an aged asset is probably from an ROI standpoint the easiest way to get started because you save so much value. You're repurposing something for and it is something that a successful affiliate will do.
Yeah.